So I decided to just stop playing Orcus because that deck's pretty sucky, to be honest. Loses to mine very easily. So I decided to just play Salamangreat and make the worst decision of my life this format. Playing a tier 2 deck versus that can only set up like at most a rage and like something else versus the deck that can play through multiple hand traps. So yeah, that's the video. The end, guys. Hope y'all roast me in the comments.
So for the people out there that actually realize this video has more than like 26 seconds, congratulations, y'all have more brain cells than yours truly. However, with that out of the way, let's get on to my questionable list, to say the least. We run first Salamangreat package, Gazelle, 3 Spinny, 2 Foxy, 2 Fowl, 2 Jack, 1 Falco, and 1 Mole. Pretty standard, with the only exceptions being your 1 Mole and your 3 Spinny. Normally you play 2 Spinny, however I play 3 because it's really good for recovery plays, being a 1 card, what's his name, Sunlight Wolf. And since your board gets broken, I would say fairly easily, because it's not really that hard to like get rid of your Sunlight Wolf off the field. Just the fact that you can get Mole to recover everything back into your extra deck, to just recover and also draw you 2 cards, is pretty nice. Not only that, it does special summon itself, meaning it is an extender at the very least. So why not play it? It does have its downsides though, but we don't talk about that. We play 3 copies of Flame Buffalo. I played this over Lady Debug because 1, we play Gozen Match, and this just gives us another card we can summon to go into extra deck bodies that are fire. And 2, because Droll is a pretty popular card in this format, Lady Debug just walks you right into Droll. Meaning that you can't really use your Bailings to search your Sanctuary, which is a very important card for this deck. And if you play Flame Buffalo instead, Droll just becomes absolutely useless against this deck, meaning you don't really have to worry about getting Droll to game 1, because it will do nothing, because the only time you ever access your deck is for adding from deck to hand is during like your Lady Debug, your Flame Buffalo, or your Balinks. However, since we're not playing Lady Debug and Flame Buffalo chains to Balinks, after they Droll after that, you don't really access your deck anymore. Well, to add, unless you send things to the graveyard with your Gazelle. But other than that, you play around Droll and Lockbird, and Droll and Lockbird does nothing to Gazelle. So that's pretty good. Next we play 3 Parallel Exceed. Yeah, every single Cyberse deck is playing this card, so special summons another one from deck. Pretty good. After that we play 3 Will. I play 3 instead of 2 because, again, it's another recovery option, and your board gets broken fairly easily, so why not play it? Another Circle is another Gazelle, same with Signet Mining, more Gazelles, pretty nice, and your Sanctuary is pretty good as well. After that, you play 3 Gozen Match, because this card is absolutely really good against Dragon Link, being able to lock them into wins, because you normally want to do this whenever they summon Romulus, or Water if they decide to go into Hokey Fibrax first. I don't know why would they do that, but it's whatever. You also have your Rage, which is just a pop 2 at the least, and it's pretty good. Not only that, you have Roar, which is just a Omni Negate, pretty good. Your hand trap lineup's fairly standard, I would say, with a little bit better for the stack. 2 Nib, 2 Imperm, and the best hand trap this format, Droll, just being an absolute, just being able to completely shut off Dragon Link, in my honest eyes. That deck really can't do that much if they get Drolled, other than make at the most a Savage, I would say, with 1 Negate, which this deck has no trouble dealing with that. Side deck is up to you. This is just what I personally like. However, the only thing worth noting is I would say running an Abyss Dweller on your side is, in my eyes, mandatory. The reason why you don't run it in your extra deck, is because you would want to side this in, side out your Baguska for Abyss Dweller for playing a graveyard deck, which is, there's not that many decks that play like graveyard reliant cards like as their like mandatory thing. Like, yes, you can say that Dragon Link uses some cards in the graveyard. However, they don't use that many, and those cards aren't really necessary, I would say. However, against something like Orcus or or just a mirror match or something else that just uses the graveyard, it's just a really good card. But you don't run it in your main because you only ever go into one like rank 4 throughout your game. Throughout the entire game, you only ever really have the opportunity to go into one rank 4. And because of that, you should only really run one in your extra deck. However, there is a reason that Abyss Dweller is good, and the reason why Bagooska is good, so I would say just swap out them and using your side deck if you're going into a matchup that uses the graveyard. But that's something. Not only that, the extra deck is just really just standard, honestly. Other than the fact that it has Linkuriboh and not Abyss Dweller. But I'll leave a link to the list so you don't have to like make it in the description. So with that out of the way, let's get into some games to show you the power that the deck that's been doing the same thing for 2 years can do this format.
So I was too lazy to actually record any gameplay. So here's a cute anime girl.
I love you.